I want to show you something.
The vlog. The biggest value you can just share with my viewers. With just
what kind of viewers are they? Youngsters?
Youngsters like me, people want to start a business, people who need personal development.
It's patience. It's fucking patience.
Okay.
It's patience. Like, all of you want it too fast. I'm 41 years old, and I feel like I'm 7. Like, when I was 15 or 17 or 22, I thought 41-year-olds were so fucking old. They felt so old. I wish all of you 13, 16, 19, and 24-year-olds could feel how young I am in my soul right now. It would change everything you do. You would become dramatically more patient, which would mean that you would make a lot more of the successes that you want to happen. Most of you will lose because you're trying to take shortcuts.
Now that was exactly 1 year ago, or almost 1 year ago, because that was actually Friday the 16th, but didn't work out in the weekend to record this video. And that was Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk is a well-known person when it comes to digital marketing and social media marketing, and he talks a lot about patience. And since 1 year, or actually before, when I started reading all my books about personal development, business, time management, whatever, it really became clear to me how important patience is, as well in your personal life as in your professional life. In my case, building up my company. For example, I'm patient about building up my personal brand. I'm working on, my online reputation actually since 7 years, building computers, selling those, getting a good reputation for that on secondhand websites, and that transformed into creating videos. I put them online on YouTube, people talking, commenting, sharing their thoughts. And it's a long time that I've been doing what I'm doing at this point. And I'm not there yet by far, but I'm not looking at the numbers that I get, for example. I have a few hundred views per video, but I don't look at that. For me, it's more important to what value or what impact I have on people. I'm also, for example, very patient when it comes to my financial situation. I made a video about that a couple of months ago where I talked about the way that I've been raised financially was not really the correct way. And long story short, I wasn't allowed to get to work as a student next to, studying. And that made me not having a financial backup, over the years, which still impacts me at this very moment. When it comes, for example, to, my peers, they have own apartments, own houses, they have nice cars, they're married. And for me, at that point, I'm 26 years old, a lot of my peers have that, but I'm patient in that way as well. I don't care about all those things right now. I still drive my old crappy car for two years now. Before that, I had an even crappier car, which I drove until it literally died. Now, what Gary also talks about, and I think is one of the most important things, is macro patience and micro speed. And what that is about is macro patience is that you have to be patient over the long term. For example, and that's actually not even long term, when I'm 35 years old, let's say I'm 25, it's 10 years, I want to have 20 employees. Now, I can just look forward to that moment. I want to have 20 employees. The micro speed is what you do in between, which quick actions can actually get you to that long-term goal. I'm even trying to implement those things when I consult or work with clients. I have clients who say, I want to have 1,000 views, or I want to have quick results when it comes to building up that personal brand. And that just doesn't work. If you look at people who actually did it, they've been building on their personal brand, for example, for years. And I'm talking about 7, 8, 9, 10 years to build up that personal brand that they have at this point. That's for most in social media where everything is fast and quick. It's really important to be patient, contrary to what a lot of people or other people think. Now, let me give you 3 tips in how I became more patient in my personal life, or even in my business life. The first tip I want to give you is actually linked to that macro patience, micro speed, is to have short-term and long-term goals. Do not only focus on, for example, buying that house. Focus on the little steps in between. The second tip I want to give you is to study or look at the people who became successful at a later stage in their life. For example, if you look at Evan Spiegel from Snapchat, he was born rich. I don't know his whole story. I'm not gonna, I'm not talking trash here about him, but he was born rich. He had a big advantage compared to other entrepreneurs like Gary Vaynerchuk, who was born in the Soviet Union, and so on. So studying those people might get you actually to realize that not everything started from riches, and that not everyone was born successful. if that is what you want to reach. The third tip I want to give you, and I think it's one of the most important things in general, it's about mindset, is self-reflection. Why am I impatient, or why are you impatient about a certain topic? Can you do something about it? What are the next actions or little steps that you can take in between to, to tackle that impatience? Can I actually do something about it? Now, I'm really curious what you think about this topic of patience. For example, what Gary said in his videos. He has a lot of videos where he talks about patience. What do you think about it? Let's just put it down below in the comments, and I really want to start this conversation about patience and how it impacts your life. Now, thank you for watching this video, and I'll just see you in the next one.